Hey there, welcome back to FreightWaves Now on this Friday, May 21st. Right now, we have Mr. Alan Adler, our Detroit bureau chief, coming in to give us a little truck talk, talking some electric pickups and some Amazon speculation. Mr. Alan Adler, how are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, Andrew. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Good morning to you as well. So tell me, what is up with electric pickups? I saw the F-150 Lightning reveal, I think it was 2 nights ago. It looked pretty good, but it looks a lot like the rest of the F-150s. What did you think of it?
Well, I think it's the game changer. You know, a few years ago, Ford went through a lot of criticism when it made its trucks aluminum, and now they are aluminum, and they need to do that for a lot of reasons. The F-150 Lightning, and of course, that name's been used before, but now it really means something because it's an electric truck. Probably is going to be best of breed in terms of electric pickup trucks for commercial use. This morning in Truck Talk, what the readers will see is sort of a deconstruction of what happens because of it. You've got a lot of startups out there, including Lordstown Motors, that wants to do an electric pickup truck. They've actually come out and said, ours is a commercial focused electric pickup. Good luck, Chuck. It is not going to happen now. And in fact, we've seen a couple things in the last days. Stock is getting hammered again. It has dropped quite a bit. But we had Rod Leish at Wolf Research this week come up and say this is $1 a share stock, and that's a liquidation value. Lordstown was a SPAC last year, one of many, and it raised a bunch of money, and it took technology that came from Workhorse. They licensed the technology to build this electric pickup. Will it get out of the gate? Yeah, probably. But Ford is going to win this thing. They've sold more pickup trucks than anybody on the planet for 44 years, and for 40 of those years, it's been the best-selling vehicle of any kind.
Right, Alan. I did want to ask you, do you know what percentage, what the breakdown is between commercial and personal use of the F-150? I know it's a pretty high percentage.
Yeah, I don't know that, Andrew. It's gettable. I just don't have it at my
Got it.
fingertips. But yeah, I mean, it is sort of it's a work truck, right?
Right. Yeah, so that's the market they're going after there with that commercial. But there's also a very wide range here. They've got, I think they're making the Lariat. They're also making a couple other versions of it up to a very expensive truck. What do you make about the full lineup? Not only just a commercial, kind of lower tiered priced.
Well, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to the F-150 itself to the reveal the other night, but what I know is that you've got things like the Tesla Cybertruck and the Rivian R1T
Mhm.
coming, and these are sort of the high-end specialty electric pickups, right?
Right.
That's the area that Ford is trying to cover all the bases, and they're capable of doing that. They know more about how to do this than anybody. Obviously, Tesla has a lot of money. Rivian is well financed with Amazon money behind it. So, could they make a dent? Maybe, but I think there's a great history lesson here, and that is that anytime anybody's come after the Detroit truck makers, they fail. The Japanese and later the other Asians from South Korea and so forth did a really good job, sort of dominating the passenger car market in the 1980s and 90s. Every time, though, the Japanese or someone would come after the Detroit 3 and pickups, they'd lose. So, there's a number in the newsletter today. It was like 2.2 million pickups from the Detroit truck makers last year, and there was 174,000 by everybody else. So that's the kind of dominance they've enjoyed.
Yeah, out of Detroit, definitely with the pickups, they are bar none, best in class. Let's talk a little bit about Amazon. You mentioned Rivian there. Let's talk a little bit about the speculation that is going on around possibly some Plus autonomous trucks.
Yeah, okay. So this is my speculation, but I get to do that because it's my newsletter, Truck Talk. But basically, it's well founded. I hope we'll find out if it's true. But deep in the investor deck, when Plus got its SPAC arrangement with NSC Capital a few weeks ago, I think it's page 35, if we have to be exact. There is an interesting thing about an unidentified customer that is going to take between 1,000 and 10,000 plus drive systems. Now, these aren't trucks; these are just the autonomous software systems. Um, the interesting thing about that is that while they don't name them, and this deal may not happen, the customer would get 20% of the plus stock in exchange for buying these systems. This is amazingly similar to something that happened a few weeks ago where Amazon was involved when they bought a whole lot of renewable natural gas from a company called Clean Fuels, and they got a warrant for almost 20% of the company. So it's a coincidence, if nothing else, but it's fun to speculate. And I even got to pull up Amazon truck picture today.
I see. So, it wouldn't be unlike Amazon to dust off old playbooks and return them back and back again, right?
Exactly. And then the other thing too is who really needs 10,000 trucks at one time that isn't named Amazon?
Right. Yeah, I think you can
You know?
probably put them on one hand. Walmart, Target, they might be
Yeah.
the only others.
Yeah. Exactly. And so whether that comes to pass or not, there's a lot in there that suggests that this may never happen, by the way. But it's there. It's written in the investor deck, and I imagine it's intended to help people think positively about this eventual business combination over there.
Yeah, most definitely, right? Amazon has huge carbon neutral goals. It's going to take a lot of different partners, a lot of experimenting and iterations to get there. So they are placing their bets and widespread all over the place. Hey, I wanted to touch on a couple of your recent articles as well. I saw that Nikola, the executives are kind of playing the long game, taking a very low salary, basically no salary for the next year. What are your thoughts on that?
Pretty much. Well, I wouldn't worry about food insecurity. First of all, I think they're going to be fine. I think they'll be able to buy their food even with $1 a year. But yeah, they're all in for 3 years. There's no cash coming their way, and everything is at risk for them. If they can get the stock price for Nikola back up to $25 and then $40 and $55 in 3 years, they're all going to be multimillionaires many times over. Mark Russell, the CEO, could qualify for, I think the number is 267 million in compensation. Look, Nikola stock has been there before. Remember, it's been as high as $93, I think, or $94, but it started that rather precipitous decline right after that, and now it's kicking around somewhere around a SPAC price of $10. So what the executives did was they went to the board and they said, look, we're in for this. We're willing to take no money to hit these goals and to get the stock price up. And if we can do that, then let's have a payday. And so the board agreed to it. I think there's a lot of sort of a trend of accountability now after the whole Hindenburg research scandal from last year. I'm sure the viewers know what I'm talking about there. And I think they're trying really hard to put themselves out there in such a way to say, look, we're transparent and we're not going to profit unless you, the investors, do. So let's see what happens with that. But most of the moves that we've seen so far suggest that everything points towards trying to be accountable. One of the very quick point on that is even before their first
Hey,
annual
Alan,
meeting,
I'm
which will be
sorry, I've
next
got
month.
to.
Gotta go.
I'm sorry, Alan. I've got to wrap us up, unfortunately. But thank you. I do like the play from Nikola, kind of taking a page out of Tesla's book, out of Elon Musk's compensation plan book, putting it all on the future. I like the idea. Thank you so much for joining us today, Alan. Everybody, go follow Truck Talk. You can find that on FreightWaves.com.